name's Kalm, your half-assed reporter, and the snow has stopped. We're down at the Bowery. I'm gonna run into Salon 94. I'm gonna take a quick stroll through an exhibition by Judy Chicago. I think we'll start upstairs here and we'll look at this grouping of smaller pieces briefly. This is titled Disfigured by Power, 1984. Sprayed acrylic and oil on Belgian linen, 14 by 10 inches. Gosh, I thought that was a portrait of Donald Trump. This is Disfigured by Power, number 5, 1984. Male head, 1984. Well, actually, I'm surprised to see a lot of this work, and I guess a lot of it is 30 years old, something like that, 32 years old. And I think most of these are male heads. This is titled Blowing Blood into the Air. 10 by 14. Male head. Well, as any viewer of the Kalm Report should know, Judy is maybe one of the iconic goddesses of feminist art, and has been probably one of the main examples, purveyors, exemplars of what became known as feminist art since about 1972, 71. Male head number 3. Now I believe that Judy was out in LA, I think maybe teaching at UCLA or some school out there, and she got together with some other women artists and formed a special auxiliary space called Woman's House. This was in downtown LA. Let's meet male head number 5. She was with Miriam Shapiro at that point.
James Kalm.
Hey, Andrew.
Good to see you, man.
This is titled Donald Woodman. 20 by 16. Okay. Well, that was Massimiliano Gioni, the curators at the New Museum. Okay. Oh, well, we've got some large paintings here. See if we can push our way through the crowd a little bit. Oh, gosh. That must be the artist and some other well-known art world superstars. Jeffrey Deitch. Visited a show by Catherine Bernhardt over the weekend, and I commented about the fact that she was doing large paintings. This is another example of large paintings, but these are all from the early 80s. This is titled Pissing on Nature, 1984. Sprayed acrylic and oil on Belgian linen, 109 by 73 inches. Well, I think Judy is probably by far best known for her massive collaborative piece, The Dinner Party, that finally found a permanent home at the Brooklyn Museum. Oh boy. Well, this piece is titled Rainbow, and it's 3 panels. Each one is 109.5 by 84. That's Carlo McCormick. Well, as I was saying, Judy's probably best known for her piece, The Dinner Party, which is a giant installation that's out in Brooklyn. I think the Dinner Party ended up being one of the first reports I did on the Kalm report. I'm actually I'm impressed with Judy's chops as a painter. I think a lot of the work in the Dinner Party was ceramic and also embroidery, and I know that she had hundreds of women that she worked with. It's one of the other things that's striking me about this work, aside from the kind of psychedelic color aspects and the very tedious, time-consuming craftsman-y side of this is that they have kind of an aspect of socialist murals. Maybe people like Orozco and Siqueiros. This is crippled by the need to control. Sprayed acrylic and oil on Belgian linen. It's 109 by 73. I'll just give you a little painter's description here. A lot of this is on raw linen. And as I said, I'm impressed with her her anatomy, her using the contrasts. And I imagine that this body of work came after the Dinner Party. Stanley Whitney. Another thing I was thinking is that some of these pieces relate in a way to Leon Golub. Another huge painting, Driving the World to Destruction. This is very timely. It's 1985. It's 109 by 169. So that's roughly 9 by about 16 feet. Okay, this section with her nicely done. Judy can handle a spray gun. Also, it's strangely odd that a lot of this work is kind of timely, I guess, at least for a lot of people. The Me Too movement and the Hill resistance. This is the kind of thing that makes me think of a Roscoe. And I understand that she's also got an ancillary show in the alley. Okay, now we're going to run into the ancillary space, Salon 94, 1 Freeman Alley. We're going to see the other part of the show.
I did. I spent my small money on
Well, I spoke with a couple of friends out in front. They said, "Oh, you've got to go in and see these close up because they are weird." Well, we're just going to make a brief stroll around the gallery here. Okay, so this is the bronze piece. This is lost wax cast with multicolored patina, 30 by 22, called Malehead 1, 1986. Well, I guess that like a lot of people, Judy has probably gone through ups and downs of recognition and career things. Sometimes you're moving around and family and health things kind of change your situation. But I'm impressed with this body of work, and I haven't seen it. I don't know whether she's shown it before, maybe. But part of it is that, you know, when you've got huge paintings or you've got objects like this, this is titled "Whoa, Man with Burning Throat." And I guess this is number 9. Sprayed acrylic and oil on hand cast paper. Anyway, it's quite a responsibility to kind of maintain these things, and all of this stuff looks like it's been well stored. This is Woe Man with Burning Throat. I think this is number 10.
Nice to meet you. I think we're going to Freeman's for a drink or something. What was your name? Elizabeth.
So it does say these stick out about 5 inches. Well, I referred to Leon Golub when we were looking at some of the other paintings. Partially it was because there was a lot of raw linen. It's Woe Man, Bloody Man. But I think the other thing that kind of relates their work is that they were both working figuratively and actually in a very kind of articulate, classical technique using chiaroscuro and modeling and stuff. And I guess Judy, that's her nom de guerre, but Judy is actually from Chicago. And I know that Leon was also from Chicago and really got his start there. Didn't move to New York until maybe the late 60s. I believe this is double head with green eye, 57 by 45 and a half by 3 3/4. Well, there was a whole movement back in the late 70s, early 80s of the cast paper technique. And so you could do kind of a relief slash sculptural thing in additions, and you get a nice velvety surface that you could draw and paint on as well. I think this one is titled Doublehead with Tom Tear, number 12. It's also 1986. Yeah, and yeah, somehow that does kind of look like a Donald Trump portrait. I think we're going to wrap up looking at this piece. Study for Doublehead, number 3, 1986, ink and pastel on handmade paper. Well, as I was saying, Judy was going back into figuration, and that was about the time that the Neo-Expressionists were being castigated by the pictures generation people and the photographic conceptual people. So again, Judy was kind of going against the grain. James Kalm reporting on Judy Chicago PowerPlay, a prediction from the early 80s. Here at Salon 94, 243 Bowery in New York. You can leave your ideas, critiques, suggestions, comments below. And as always, thank you, Kate. Thank you.